Watch this video before you buy any lunchboxes for back to school. I'm Ashley, stay-at-home mom of 2, overanalyzer before I purchase anything, and I've looked into these. My daughter has used all 3 throughout preschool, and now I'm going to give you my honest reviews. First up is the Bentgo Kids Chill. Very easy opening for all ages. It has a nice seal for all of the compartments. Quite a few different size compartments you can use for lunches. I like to use it even for just snacks because of the chill option with the freezer pack. The bottom does not have any little feet, so it does slide around, so that might bother you. Easy to take apart, so the top layer, and then that's the freezer pack that you just put in your freezer the night before. I do sometimes use it without the freezer pack. It is a little bit heavy compared to other lunch boxes that she has. I do notice it just in the weight of her backpack, so depending if your kid is younger and walking to school, but I don't find that too big of a deal. For overall value and functionality, I would make this my top pick. These are currently selling on Amazon.ca for about $30 to $35 depending on the color option. I got mine last fall in a 2-pack at Costco, but I have yet to see that come back in the same size, so keep your eyes peeled, maybe it will. Next up is the GoBe lunchbox. So this is based off the GoBe spinner that was really popular for the snacks. So they basically created a lunchbox and added like a little sandwich compartment. They say it fits about half a sandwich, which I would say is probably true depending on your bread size. You might be able to fit a full-size sandwich depending on it. I find this sandwich part of the container pretty easy to operate. It has a nice seal. It does open and close fairly easily, so that is a nice option. The snack spinner, on the other hand, I do find a little bit more difficult. So my daughter, you can even see I have nails, and it's even a little bit tricky for me to pop open and close. So we have been practicing that at home before she was taking it to summer camp. She is able to use it. However, I would say if you have a slower eater or they need more time or they have a short lunch at school, they might feel a little bit rushed using this. But I do find, on the other hand, for the picky eater, my youngest is a little bit more picky. They seem to be more willing to try some snacks when they are in this more fun spinner style. I do find this is probably the hardest lunchbox that we have to get apart to put in the dishwasher, as you can see. I don't know if it's just me, but I do find getting the spinner out is a little bit more tricky. It is nice, though, that it can double as a separate snack box that you could take out on its own without the sandwich component. This lunchbox does include a little strap they can put around their wrist. You can attach there on that small hole. You do need to line that up with the little arrows to get the lid off. Most of the components are dishwasher safe, so all of the components where you're putting the food in them can go in the dishwasher. Just besides the main outer shell, you do have to hand wash. So that's not too bad. Pretty easy to put back together. You just kind of pop the sandwich piece in first, and then you do the spinner. So kind of the base, and then the little components, and then twisting on the lid. And then my favorite part, getting it back in. It's not as bad to get back in as it is to get it out, I find. It does come with these cute little letters so they can add their name, which that is very adorable. This one does have feet that keep it pretty sturdy, so when they're eating, it doesn't move around, or just when you're making the lunches. Overall, I don't think this is an everyday lunchbox, just from the ease of use, although they do find the spinner so fun, so I think it is a nice to have, but not a must have. Value on this one, this was on Prime Day. I got just over, I think, around $43 Canadian. So not too bad, but a little bit pricey for not an everyday lunchbox. The last brand we're looking at is the Yumbox. So this is the snack size 3-compartment version. Very easy to open, very easy to use. I would highly recommend this size and style and brand for preschoolers. I think as you get a little bit older, you might need the larger sizes, so they do come in like a 4 or 5 lunch size component. My daughter used this for an entire year of preschool part-time, and you can see the colors are still vibrant. We dishwashed it every single time she used it, and I think she liked the extra little fun picture inside. I believe I purchased this for around $35 or $40 on specialty website well.ca, so this one might be a little bit harder to find, but overall I would highly recommend this brand with any of their products. Very high quality, has really stood up to washing, and very easy to use. I love using all these lunch boxes, but I'm still debating about buying the Omni, so if you do have that one, drop it in the comments, let me know if it's worth it. And subscribe for ideas to fill these lunch boxes.